Today we're going to be making miniature gnomes, and that's what this pile of materials is going to become. I have a hot glue gun heating up off to the side, pair of scissors. I have my finger coats for the hot glue. I have pom-poms for a bell for the hat. And then we're using gloves from the Dollar Tree. You actually get 4 gloves for $1. So I picked up this, and then you're going to need some small rubber bands. Doesn't matter what the color is. You're going to need some knee-high or nylons. You can use ripped ones. You can go and buy them at the dollar store. And then you're going to need a little bit of faux fur. So to begin, what we're going to do is we're going to cut our gloves apart. And I'm just going to start with the thumbs here and use a thumb from each color. All right, one is going to be the hat, and one is going to be the body. I'll set the rest of the gloves aside. So this is going to be the body of my little gnome, and I'm just going to open up my rubber bands here, and then we're going to fill him with some fluff, but this is polyfill, but honestly you could use anything. You have cotton, so I'm using polyfill, but you could use anything if you have, leftover cotton balls, if you have tissue, scrap fabric, pretty much anything just to fill up that little body. And I'm going to put just a little bit more in. We don't really want to fill the whole thing up because we do want to close the top of it with our elastic band. So that, I'm just going to give it a twist to show you. That's going to be his body. And then I'm going to take an elastic band here and wrap it around quite tight for his body. Okay. Don't worry about this rough cut up here. We're going to hide that in the hat. Now the next thing we need is our nylons. My package gave me 4 nylons, and I really only need a small piece, so I'm just gonna cut into this and take a small piece, and then let me just cut this down. Alright, so we just need a small piece like so, and we're going to take more of our polyfill, tissue, whatever you want, roll it, cotton ball would work. We just want to roll that into a very small piece, and this might actually be too large. I think I'm going to take half of it. This is his nose, so we're making a very, very small piece. We're going to stick it into the nylon, stretch that nylon around, and so what you want is a nice little round shape like so. That's for the nose. And to seal that off, once again, we're going to take one of our little rubber bands here and wrap it around that piece. And once again, just like his body, I have an excess amount sticking up, and I'm okay with that. We're going to use it and hide it. So I'm just going to continue to wrap this around his nose until there isn't much left to wrap with. I think that might be good enough. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hot glue that into place. Alright, so I'm just going to get my glue gun over here and add a little bit of glue there to attach the nose, but then you can see I'm also gluing the upper part as well. Alright. Now the next piece is I'm going to give him some of a beard here. So I think my piece is a little bit wide. I'm going to cut some of this off. Now I'm going to show you a trick for cutting this. What you want to cut, you don't want to just take your scissors and cut right into it like this, okay, because you're cutting off the hairs. What you want to do is kind of slide into it and just cut into the fabric. Okay, that way when you pull it apart, the hair stays on that piece and you're not losing it. Alright, so here I want to check what it looks like for him. That's more than enough. So I'm going to once again cut into the backing fabric. So that when I pull it apart, I actually still have that long beard. Okay, now where his nose goes, I want this to go, you know, tuck in and tuck under his nose a little bit. So I am going to go in and cut a little V shape right here to fit under his nose. Alright, and then I might just round these corners off just a hair bit here. Probably not necessary, but alright, I'm liking the look of that. So I want to be able to tuck up into his nose like so. Does that make sense? Alright. So then all you need to do is glue along this top part. We don't have to glue the entire beard down. And you can see I'm losing hairs. And that's okay. So I'm going to tuck up into the nose, like so. Get that glue to stick down well. Alright. And then you can trim him down any way you want afterwards. Or you can, you know, give it a twist, a haircut, whatever works for your little gnome. Alright, and I'm just going to pull off the excess fuzzies here, and I might go in and give him a haircut. And then for the hat, we're going to turn it so we can get up into the inside of it here, and we want to put a little glue in there, and then we want to pinch that shut. Okay, just so it holds together. Alright, so then once we have the glue up in there, we're going to take this little band here and roll it up so it's a rolled hat. Now you can decide which is the front and which is the back, but you're going to tuck all of this in like so. Alright, then I'm going to work on rolling him up a little bit. Sorry, I'm off camera trying to roll this up. And then once you like how you have it, you can glue it into place. Alright, so I'm good with that. I'm going to glue on either side of his nose. Hold that in place there. then when it comes to the back here, I want to pull that hat down a little bit and glue it onto the back. Now the last step is his hat here, and I'm going to fold it over and glue it into place, just like that. Alright, and now I need to decide what goes on the end of that. Is it going to be a bell, or is it going to be a pom-pom? Let's try a little pom-pom and see how that looks. I'm going to take the smallest one out of the package and hot glue that onto the hat. And so there we go. Now, haircut if you want, leave them as is. You can definitely put a hook on him for a little miniature ornament, or you can put a pin on the back to make him a pin to wear. So it looks like I need to get this hat to glue down just a little bit more. There we go.